sometimes. So it's going to be interesting to see if Liquid can hold on to their CT pistol here. Looks like we're ready to go and finally live with the first game of the day.
Awesome, so here we go. Now, we're going to see anything down the middle at the moment. Well, yes, we will. Fugly's going to be pushing down towards bench. He's got Flowsick to support him. They're caught between both sides, but they're picking up the kills and making their way down to T-Slope. Good movement here from Liquid so far. And Vox, they need to be the ones to react instead of the CT-sided Liquid.
And even though Az has actually been able to make his way down second mid, they were aware of it, and I think it was Flowsick who just pushed straight past him after spotting him initially over in second mid and just pushed straight past, and they did get that entry frag onto Havoc to start things off. Fugly tagged down to 10 though, and after the initial Havoc, things have all quietened down.
So there is actually a lot of experience on Vox with players like Havoc and Sponge. Sponge leading the team, and good composure here from Liquid so far. That very aggressive start, pulling their way back, slowing down the pace of the round, keeping Vox guessing, and another frag to be claimed. Now Vox, they are going to go for a bit of a riskier play straight up into the hands of Liquid, just sitting on that B-bomb site, and they are performing very, very well so far.
It's patient play and it's working out for them really. Obviously we saw that initial aggression, but even though we see Fugly getting dropped, it's going to be a matter of time, you would predict, until Yam does fall as well and secure the first round for Team Liquid, which Adren will do. So it was patient play from them. They didn't get too overly aggressive after that initial mid push. They backed away, they went defensive once again and let Vox Eminor walk into their crosshairs.
I'm actually so surprised that no one died for Liquid in that crazy mid push.
Yeah.
There's two guys there caught between second mid and T-Slope, but they did smoke off T-Slope aggressively, so they managed to actually make it work. So it's pretty awesome by them, but we've got some Tech 9s in the mix now, nothing to support it. And oh wow, good grenades. And they're going aggressive on the anti-eco, and this is one of those rounds where they could very realistically be up against Tech 9 armor, so very, very brazen play from Liquid, but it is going to pay off here. Just one, or a couple kills rather, Fugly and Adren down. Can JKS make it a third kill? Not quite, but decent effort considering the lack of investment. So Vox just putting it out there, either they're going to go for a surprise by now or just a really strong situation on the economy in the following rounds.
We actually see them pick up 4 HE grenades to start things off here, so we'll see how they will utilize those as we go into round number 3. Team Liquid starting off strong and looking good, but of course this is very early stages, still a lot to go in this series, and if you're not aware of the format, even if Team Liquid do take this first map, it's not over for Vox Eminor. They can scrape a point out of this one if they do draw in it, but that's a big tag there down to Flowsick, 7 HP for him.
That's such a cute little play there. Those 4 HEs almost did the job, but Sponge might be able to finish it off. However, Flowsick has fallen back after getting tagged down to 7. And here's Sponge though with that Tech 9. They are going to spot the player over by the corner there, Adren. He's going to be able to pick up a second one. Can he find anything else? They don't have any head armor, so going in with a knife. Can he get it? Yes, yes. JKS picks up the knife frag, and that's a lot of money in the bank for him. Extra 1,500, and unfortunately, that's the only kill they got. Flowsick and Nitro very low, but 3-0 Liquid starting off with a nice economy.
And now we see Vox Eminor finally getting some good rifles into their hands. 5 AK-47s will be the name of the games for them. And we've got Adren with that AWP now to see what damage he can do with that thing. Usual to see him playing that, and we'll see where he heads with it initially. But Vox Eminor now, obviously important for them to try and pick up this first round to not allow Liquid to get too much momentum. Yeah,
the double Molotov picked up by Vox can actually be used in so many ways on this map, especially for any B executes, and they are going to go for that banana take, and it could also be used to just flush these players out of banana if they're worried about them playing close. And there's Fugly on the sandbag area, and Lee's just there for support. Are they going to go through this? This would be very bold indeed. They are going to go straight through the smoke and looking to pick up the frags, the trades. It's not happening. Good defense so far coming in from Liquid. Only Fugly to fall, as Elige does manage to fall back onto the site safely, and the rotation is coming in.
Very quick work from those players over towards A rotating, but JKS will take down Elige, and that's Nitro dropped as well. This has all gone wrong suddenly for Liquid, and suddenly Adren out of nowhere finds himself the last man left alive, and they got those initial 2 frags. It was a 5 versus 3 situation. We saw Elige make a great play, just backing off, not getting overly aggressive and making his way back onto the side. There was a quick rotation from Liquid, but Adren's going to be forced to save this AWP now because Vox Eminor just entered onto that B site eventually and got the frags.
It was, yeah, it's pretty cool to see the fact that Vox just wanted to just straight up just say, hey, we're just going to test you right now. Sure, the smoke is down, and you know, what we should do is fall back and play slow. It's still early in the round, still got all our nades, all our players, but they say, hey, we are going to test you. We're going to barrel through your defense. We've got the Molotovs to help us, and oh no, they're actually going to pick up Adren. So there goes the AWP as well. So yeah, that was a really nice aggressive move from Vox, and that's probably something that Liquid didn't expect.
3-1 will be the score. First round on the board for the Aussies as they pick up rifles once again. And we see Team Liquid seeing what they can. And of course, because Adren's not being able to save that AWP, he's forced out onto a P250. And that is not good whatsoever. They have been able to get M4s elsewhere, but only 2 players with head armor. And
interesting setup here from Liquid. They've got 2 players towards Arch side at the moment. But once again, Vox, their aggression never seems to cease. This team is, they love the action, and we're going to see Sponge leading the charge there, and it's going to be at least 2 kills. That's good stuff from him. In comes Nitro on the rotation. They've got 3 players now set up onto this B-bomb site, have Liquid, and this is going to be really awkward here for Vox.
Adren's going to push through that smoke, and that's a great decision. Gets the P250 headshot into Havoc. They weren't expecting that, and Nitro picks up the second kill onto Yam in that situation. JKS now suddenly the last one left alive, and they managed to pick up the entry frags after going 2 men down in the last round. Liquid will not make the same mistake twice, and they hold on to the B-bomb site 4-1.
4-1 indeed. It's going to be interesting to see if Vox can actually get back in the game here, because well, in the next few rounds, because Liquid, they're going to have all the incendiaries going for them again. They already had this position after having that quick 3-0, and that allows you to have so much control on the map and to delay so much. But you know, messing up that smoke like that could be kind of painful if Vox notice the fact that they're a bit naked down there, or the fact of the matter is they just can't delay them as much. But they're just going to go for the mid push, straight up through quads, looking for those fast frags. Flowsick going to spot the entire push, and so far so good for Vox, but the nades spraying in, the bullets, the hail of bullets. It's just Sponge left.
He has been able to pick up that M4, but he's still using the Tech 9. Now he pulls it out and has time to reload. Still a minute left on the clock for him, so this is technically possible, but he's in a very, very awkward position, and Elise will come from the side over towards Short and knock off his head. So that's 5-1 there for Vox Eminor. They got that initial entry frag, but then, as you said, the rifles and HE grenades overpowered them, and Team Liquid just about were able to hold on to the round.
So back in with another buy, Vox, and I wonder how much pressure they're going to put on Banana, because they have shown like a distinct lack of fear when it comes to just pushing straight up, even if there's smokes down. And Liquid have shown that they do like to smoke deep on it. So I love this aggression from both sides here, and we're going to have that just coming in again from Flowsick. But there's the trade.
Asa left on only 1 single point of health, so he's got to be very careful. They'll get that smoke grenade down right to the bottom of Banana and realise that they have great control of it. And they initially sent 3 players over towards Banana, then changing things up, being dynamic with their CT defense here, Team Liquid, but Fugly in a great spot on top of the bomb site. Will find Havoc, that's him down, tries to spray down JKS, but the trade frag will come in, and we are left in a 2 versus 2 situation. Elige on the quick rotation, going to see if he can find anybody there over towards Graveyard, but not finding anybody yet. But Azza still left alive on 1 HP.
Just 1 HP and the smoke goes down. That's going to provide a little bit of extra cover, as we have Azza stuck up in Graveyard. Crossfire potential for JKS. The Liquid players both rotating around through to quad together. Presuming there should be someone in pit, but there is not. As they're going to smoke himself off there, and that bomb is getting really far ticked here as Elige searches desperately for the players. They have to go and stick 1 player to the bomb, and Elige has no idea where he is. Excellent stuff there from Vox, and the pace of these rounds from these Australian players is crazy. They pushed up Banana, got some trades early in the round, and then still found themselves on a plant at like 1:15. That's so much movement. There's just no time to walk in that time frame. Ridiculous.
It's kind of an awkward buy for both teams in some respects. We can see Vox Eminor, because they lost those 2 AK-47s because the bomb blew up at the end of the round, even though they won the round, they've now had to go for a Galil, and Sponge has only got a Tech 9 in hand, whilst Team Liquid are forcing things up in the respect that they're going for 2 5.7s, which we know what damage they can do, especially as we saw with Skadoodle yesterday on train, which was pretty nuts, and Fugly with the FAMAS as well in hand. But Adren has got that ult, which may play a crucial role in this round, and once again they're going for 3 players over towards Banana at the start of the round.
Yeah, I like this. This is very very European-style meta, you know, rotating one player back now, and that can also provide the extra grenades that you need to delay them on Banana, but it's going to be another aggressive push up mid from Vox. That does the job for them. They've got 2 players down, and despite some of the weapon disadvantages, they are doing an excellent job getting themselves on the A bomb site. The AWP for Adren, not going to really come into play just yet, and they have to go for that save. So a nice little round there from Vox. Again, they seem so powerful on these fast pushes. They are packing the punches.
They stacked over towards apartments there, and they realized that Team Liquid really didn't have too much control in towards that area. Obviously, usually you play 3 players over towards that larger A bomb site, but Team Liquid decided to go with 3 over there towards the start, and I think Adren, or no, it may have been Elige, actually rotated through CT spawn back from B over towards A. But by that point that he was starting to rotate, Vox Eminor had already made their way down apps and just peeked round the corner from balcony and found that player who was underneath, you know, in short, and that was it. They got the 2 entry frags, and that was pretty much the round over from then on out. So 5-3 is the score. Vox Eminor holding on strong. Adren starting off really strong here with 11 frags to his name already, and Liquid saving those rifles, but still Flowsick and Nitro with only pistols.
I do like the thinking from Liquid to have 3 on B, because this does deal very well with the aggressive Banana plays, and Vox has shown that they do love to put the pressure on Banana, so I can see it making a lot of sense. But the problem is that they generally are playing so fast. If they go for that A push, that's the straight up counterplay to this, because you hit them in a timing when, as you pointed out, there's only 2 players towards A, which is what you want for Vox. And here it is, Azza proving his worth to the team, picking up 2 excellent kills towards the Banana area, and now his team are poised to strike towards A as well.
Big 2 entry frags from him over there, and not going to distract away from the pit area. Sponge takes down Flowsick, and it will all be left up to Elige and Nitro. Nitro in a very horrible situation, left only with a USP in hand. He will fall. Elige does take down Azza initially and picks up an AWP dropped from Adren earlier on, but he will just save that. Look for a couple of entry frags potentially here, or just back right off. He's got a diffuse kit and armor as well, so he doesn't want to risk anything too much here. But Vox Eminor, once again, those 2 great frags from Azza, taking out 2 of the 3 players over towards Banana, and then we saw Vox Eminor stack over towards that A bomb site, make the entries easily, and it was really, in all grand scheme, simple as that. So 5-4.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to let Elige keep the AWP alive. I suppose they don't want to risk too much in the way of their own money getting lost in the pursuits, but they are now at the end of this looking for that pursuit. Either way, 5-4 is now the scoreline, and Vox have shown that they are really, really good at winning these very fast rounds. They're very good at taking positions by moving, you know, finding the shots as they're moving, finding the trades as they are moving. And that's a really critical skill on a map like this where there's so many choke points, because you've got to keep moving. You can't get slowed down by the opponents too much. And that's really the power of the CTs, those smokes and incendiaries to slow you down. But this round looks like a normal setup from Liquid.
Yep, they've adapted to the situation now, seeing that Vox Eminor have gone for that A bomb side a couple of rounds in a row. So Team Liquid now will switch things up and make their way back with 3 players over towards A. Adren going to miss a shot with that AWP over towards apartments, and we can see that he's got a lot of information from that and found a couple of players at least, but still they do back away from there. And the Vox Eminor players, JKS on your screen being one of them, escaped with their life initially after a missed AWP shot. He's going to flash his way out over towards short to see what information he can find, see if he can bait out any shots.
Now they know the AWP is towards apps. Attacking arch side and smoking off quad and library side could be really powerful, and also just going for B is definitely a good option. So Adren needs to, he absolutely must move around here as Vox are trying to escape him. And in comes the grenades, in comes the set play into that bomb site, fire everywhere, but Fugly's going to be able to pick up the kills. We have a team frag from Sponge as well, and Liquid, with all of that, are holding it down quite well, and the bomb is down. What do Vox do from here? Well, Havoc, well, spray through the smoke towards coils. That is a good way to kick things off, but they're still down 2 men. And
the quick rotation is coming in from 2 of the players of Team Liquid. Havoc's actually going to push straight through the smoke and finds Adren there. He wouldn't have been expecting that whatsoever. We can see one player, which I believe is Fugly, left on low HP over towards the back of the new box. But even on 30 HP, he's going to peek out and take up 2 quick kills. And it was Fugly's position there, really, on top of the boxes, right on the edge of the site. As soon as they entered, there was no chance, really. They eventually checked it, but again, one big issue is that Sponge got a team kill as well, so that didn't help their situation. So a good hold from Team Liquid on that B-bomb site.
Yeah, it's nice of Vox to kind of test this just straight up. All right, we're like an entire team. We're just going to move into that two-man setup, see what we can get done. Now they have some bit more information of how Liquid play this kind of a setup, and in this round it's not going to matter if Liquid have an early advantage. Sponge will trade that though, so this is going to fall back into the favor of Vox as they have a lot of time to play with. And now Liquid potentially should be 2 to a site. We'll have to see how they handle it, and how Vox decide to discern where the weakness is and how to actually push it. Of course, middle should be up for grabs here, so we should at least see that.
Now we see the Liquid players 2 over towards B, with Adren now making his way around there, and 2 over towards A, so it's splitting up even more so. And we've got Azza doing what he did greatly earlier on, just lurking over towards that banana area to see if Team Liquid get aggressive and push through, but they're taking things cautiously, and that seems to have worked for them for the most part over towards B. So smoke grenades will rain in over towards Arch side as JKS and Vox Eminor make their entry out. Now they actually peek through, so Azza's got some great information there. Flowsick forced back into library, and I think they're going to go for a B wrap here by the looks of things. Here we go, Sponge making his way through CT. That's a big kill from Flowsick though.
3 against 4 here, that wrap coming in. JKS moving fast up the speedway into the B area now. Azza and Havoc have to deal with Fugly. He's at the back of the side, they're looking for him. Oh wow, I don't believe it. They managed to actually get the kill onto him. That's a massive disaster for Liquid, and all the opportunities now fall into the hands of JKS and Azza to get this bomb planted and get this round 1. But there's 5 seconds left. They need to get it down right now. There it is. Oh, no bullets left, and JKS gets both kills. Amazing stuff there from Vox. Oh, just in the nick of time. I can't believe it. Vox pull out that round, and Liquid have to be thoroughly disappointed, and look at their money. Yeah. What a round to lose.
They're going to be punished now for losing that round. And it was a great play, I think, to realise how close the clock was to ticking down, to push through CT that aggressively, even though his teammate who was coming from Banana wasn't quite there yet. I just think it was a good decision just because he realised the clock and went, okay, we've got to get these quick 2 kills, because if we can prevent them planting the bomb down, it's as simple as that. The pressure is on their side, but what a clutch from JKS. Wow.
Certainly an impressive one. So 6-5 now, and Liquid, their economy being well and truly destabilized. But that said, Vox themselves are not in a great spot either. So, you know, Liquid with still a few rounds to play with can definitely, if they're able to buy up in the following round, potentially force out an easier one from Vox, where they can't buy if they get some damage done here. So that's really the objective here. Get a few frags on the board. Spray comes in from Sponge. That's 1 frag claimed by Elige. Couple from Flowstick as well. So this is exactly what they need to do. Can they actually finish this round off? Of course, still 2 players left. They don't have any armor. But Nitro, look at this position. He only has a USP though, but it is silenced. Here goes Nitro.
You will hear that bomb is going down, and he peeks out now, misses his shot, and they will hear that. They're stuck right on top of the bomb site, but of course they do have those ever so powerful AK-47s to use. Fugly will peek around the side of the smoke. Nitro does get one there. Will he get the second kill? The spray from JKS. That is his second 1 versus 2 clutch in a row. Of course, you have to say that it was against pistols, but holding strong with the spray there and landing his shots when needed. And we're even 6-6. So in the grand scheme of things here, Dan, Vox Eminor are going to be very happy with this situation, especially considering the fact that Team Liquid picked up the pistol and the 2 following rounds after that, and Vox Eminor are on the weaker T side.
Yeah, it's looking quite interesting at the moment, especially considering that Liquid did so much damage. They've got a 3-man setup towards Banana as well, trying to take it aggressively and trade well if it is in the cards that Vox want to take it aggressively for themselves. However, both teams are getting low on the grenades now, and we'll have to see if Vox can take some map control, because that's what Liquid are doing. They're denying all that map control. They've rotated an extra man from who was at Banana through towards the A site, so they have that really strong A defense. And Vox, they've shown the willingness to push through the smokes on Banana. I would love to see them do it again here, because, of course, there's just 1 man behind that smoke.
I mean, I like the play from Liquid in a way. It's a risky one because they've got that information from Fugly being pushed down so far that nobody from Vox is coming. But if they just get that 1 entry frag on him and find him quickly and then push their way through, obviously Vox don't have the information that there's only 1 player over towards B. But if they get aggressive, which we see them do, you know, at times, it could be a big one, and it could be a big risk here for Liquid. But that being said, it's going to be return frags as Sponge and Azza open up onto Elige and Adren, leaving us now in a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, strong fundamentals here. Vox with so much confidence in just the basic trading game, and they are even considering going back here as well, trying to flash through the smoke towards Banana, predicting that there would have been a rotation, and indeed that is what actually happened. But now Liquid have realized that they don't know exactly what's happening until Azza just pops out with that headshot onto Flowsick. In comes the spray down, not going to be good enough. Nitro gets taken out, and it's all on Havoc versus Fugly for round 13.
Sponge is going to be really annoyed that he didn't pick up that kill after looking over towards B. And
oh my god.
Fugly just exactly knowing where he's coming from. I think he must have heard his footsteps there or something.
Yeah.
It looked like Havoc just came around the corner at blistering pace, and that's a 1 versus 2. That's a third 1 versus 2 clutch I think we've seen in a row now, with Fugly taking down Sponge and then that final kill there and the bomb defuse. So finally Team Liquid showing some fighting force once again. But their economy's not great.
I mean, it really shows that Vox, the Vox guys have excellent just skill. Their individual skill is right up there, and just the way that they just effectively trade so well up middle, that is what makes their T side dangerous at the moment, because they can kind of go anywhere as long as they're kind of together with enough numbers. They should basically be able to take position and map control and get a bomb down. It just depends how efficiently it's done. And we're going to have a fast round here. It's not really all that foreign to Vox. They love to get the blistering pace on. Here we go.
And there's going to be a force buy, and Flowsick in a crucial position will miss his shot. JKS takes him down, but Nitro responds with 2 huge frags. Sponge responds. Will this be the hat-trick? Yes, it will from Nitro. That's a big hold from this player. He is getting tagged down to only 21 points of health and eventually will fall, but Sponge, that's the hat-trick with the Tech 9, I do believe, and Fugly left in a 1 versus 2 here. They are yet to plant the bomb. Fugly takes down Sponge, so now Yam left with that Tech 9 in hand against an M4, and he does have a defuse kit.
Okay, so there's quite a bit of time left, and he's going to actually be able to pick up an AK as well. Has full armor, just 6 bullets in the chamber at the moment. Going to go for the reload as he picks up the bomb, and he knows where Fugly is, and Fugly's going to use this planting just to get some extra ground as he looks and searches every nook and cranny for Yam. And there's the peak, and Fugly's ready. Great stuff there, and Liquid will claim the round. And again, a sigh of relief from them, as it was just a Tech 9s really.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, and now I keep pointing it out, but that is the 4th 1 versus 2 clutch in a row. So it's nice to see some clutches coming in, some good individual plays from player, but, you know, still, close game. What did you think about that peak from Yam? Do you think he was in a bit of a cautious position after planting the bomb? There wasn't too much room for him to escape, but do you think it was worth him peeking out like that, knowing that Fugly was in that area?
I mean, it can often just be like a 50-50, because is he looking right or is he looking left? And it's one of those timing things. And as you said, like with the position he was in, unable to move because the opponent was so close after the plant, I think pretty much he can't really play the time too effectively from that spot. So you want to get lucky on that peak and hope that he's checking the other angle. But into the next round, the last one of the first half, and it's looking like a really close game so far.
Most certainly so. Yam going to push through. JKS will trade the kill as Yam will fall to Flowsick. So now left in a 4 versus 4, and Vox Eminor just using every single penny they can in their bank accounts here on the T side in this final round to see what damage they can do. Nitro in a good spot will actually fall to Havoc there. That's the headshot into him, and we can see the fast rotation coming in from Elige by the looks of things. Now making his way through to CD spawn, just checking because there's no control over towards Arch, but still the T players split up at the second, not quite deciding where they want to go as usual now that we see him on Inferno lurking over towards Banana.
And the Dren is really very key here, because he's giving so much info to his team to say, hey, just stay 2 on B, stay 2 on B at the moment. Okay, Arch side is open. He's going to pop out just at the right moment, as they were going to go up Arch towards CT spawn for that B wrap, but it's not going to happen now. They're going to just take it a little bit slower, because it's now fallen to a 3-on-3. Havoc now, though, has made his way up Speedway, and Dren is still giving the info to his team. Hey guys, it's most likely B at the moment. And Liquid can confirm here are 2 players. Vox moving in. There's the first one for Elige. Trade coming in. This Vox guy's very good at making these trades happen, but it's just on Azza now. He's got the AK in hand. Won't make it happen. 9-6. First half going to Liquid on Inferno.
Very good half indeed, I've got to say. It was back and forth between both of the teams. We can see just how close the rounds were there. And a great hold from Liquid. It was close. It was 6-6 at one point, and it looked like Vox Eminor were even potentially capable of winning that half. But Liquid holding strong with the final 3 rounds, and we'll end it with a good scoreline. I think all things considered, both teams will be reasonably happy with that scoreline overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Vox, they lost the pistol round as well, so they managed to, and the thing that's really cool about Vox on their T side is just, again, to me it just looks like such simple Counter-Strike, but it's done very well. There's nothing really fancy or flashy about it. Like, they don't have very like incredibly special tactics even. It's just the fact that they're so good at just trading frags, taking positions together, and it's just, and that's really awesome to see. There's a lot of potential in this team just to have such a nice base like that.
They land the shots when needed to in crucial situations a lot of the time on the T side, I agree. And as a boosting a player up there, I think that's Yam at the second, who's boosted over the top in mid. That's a nice little cheeky spot there, seeing what information they can find. I'm not too sure if they did see too much, but that grenade will rain in and does a huge amount of damage.
That hurts. That's a dirty grenade right there. A meaty one. As playing around the smoke again, and there are some heads. Gets another huge chunk of damage and a kill as well into Release. So really hard times here for Liquid so far. Vox all over them. 2 kills to open up the pistol round, and in comes the forced play from Liquid. They've got to go make something happen over at B, and so far it's not looking so good for them. More kills coming in for Vox, and they're yet to even take any damage. They're all on 100 health.
That's pretty darn crazy. You jinxed it as soon as you say that, though. As Fugly takes down Yam, so the Caster's Curse comes into play. But Fugly now seeing what damage he can do. That's the second. If they all peek out one by one here, that could be quite dangerous, but no, they're not that silly. Azza will take down Fugly there to secure the pistol round for Vox Eminor. So that's both teams on their CT side picking up the pistol round. And I've got to give it up to JKS. I think he ended that first half on something silly like 17 frags, and we can already see him. He's picked up 1 kill in that last round now. So, you know, I know it's not all about the frag count, but he's certainly doing some great damage to this Team Liquid team. And so one of the key things here for the North Americans is to try and quieten down that player and shut him down and not allow him to keep up this great streak that he's been showing so far. Yeah,
I mean, they've all got so much skill on the Vox side. I'm really curious to see what their how their CT side plays out, because this is when we can kind of get a grip of how well developed is the metagame for them, because already it was mentioned that these guys study the European demos quite a lot, and the way that the meta has developed in Europe is we've seen a lot of shifts in the way that the CTs are playing, and we saw it a little bit from Liquid actually. They were putting 3 guys towards Banana. This is something that came up recently, because initially, a long time ago, you'd have just maybe 1 or 2 guys. They take Banana for the terrorists, and then that would be it. And then all of a sudden, the CTs realize, hey, we don't want to let that happen. We've understood now the power of incendiaries to help us clear Banana. So we're going to do that with 2 players and get the double incendiary, get the smoke, take it aggressively, get more map control. Then the T's like, hey, hang on. What if we just put 3 players there now? Because then if you play aggressively with 2 players, we'll get the trades, and then we'll win the round. And then we're having 3 guys go for the CT. Yeah. So we're having this constant development. But we're back into the round now. So going to be jumping into this. And any second now, there it is.
There we go. Let's see if Vox Eminor can continue. They've got this aggressive push on, exactly what we saw Liquid do actually, pushing down aggressively in the anti-eco. It's all Havoc breaking loose once again, but that round was
What's going on?
It was over before it really started.
We're back in, and it's like we've got Yam just spraying down T slope.
Yeah.
How was he at the bottom of T slope? How did that happen? That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. These guys just don't. Vox do not like waiting around, do they?
No, they do not.
They really
but
don't.
I like it as well, man. It's good to see them changing up the pace from what you could expect at times. So this is the time now. Let's see how Vox Eminor do set up on their CT side. Obviously, it may adapt and change once Team Liquid get some rifles into their hand, but they're just going for the full save. They're only Glocks in hand. Nothing too much to play with.
Ooh, wow. Actually finding like a double dink there with a bunch of Glocks in medium range. Interesting. But we're going to have an equalized, and the SMGs they just can't be contended with. Just Glocks, no armor. There's just no hope. But yeah, really interesting how completely all over the place Vox are on these SMG rounds. But we're going to have the buy coming out from Liquid, and yeah, now this is the interesting part. Yeah, what are Vox going to do with all their incendiaries? How are they going to play this? I'm very curious. And they have got that AWP onto Yam, so let's see where he is initially heading with that. It looks like he could be going over towards that arch area, over towards that A bomb site initially. And they're sending 3 players over towards B, so following what Team Liquid did at times. This is so cool. There's so many players towards Banana. Indeed, I was talking about 3. They've gone. They're advancing the metas. We're gonna have all of them. Oh yeah. Well, almost all of them. But we have the boost in the middle again. So that's actually really cool. I don't think I've actually seen players use that. From all the matches I've casted, that particular boost over the smoke in middle, not very common. And Yam will pick up a frag as well.
That's Adren down for the count, and a good start for Vox Eminor here. All even between these two, and Vox Eminor are looking good. Got to give credit to Liquid. They're holding strong, but will the Aussies take this first map? I'm not too sure whose map pick this was, actually. I think this was Liquid's map choice. Yes, it was, looking at the veto. So if Vox Eminor can take this away from them and then move to Dust 2, you know, there could be arguments made that they stand a good chance of taking this series, but there's still a long way to go yet.
So interesting stuff from Vox so far. They have shown that more standard kind of European meta with the opening. They got a floater towards Speedway, just playing it safe, not committing 4 here because they've lost control of Banana. They've pushed back from there, so they don't have the info. So you kind of have to put a player back towards B. And they're a man up, so it's looking good for them at the moment. And Liquid is trying to find a way in at the moment, just toying with middle, trying to keep rotations at bay from B, which is now the true intention for Liquid. But let's see how this execute pans out.
Well, we see Molotovs coming back in favour of Vox Eminor. Elige will trade the frag, but there's only 8 seconds left on the clock, and Elige, all they have to do now is try and get through, but he's left on 16 points of health, and Flowsick's left on 15, so it's very, very close. The time is going to run out. Flowsick will survive the round, but that's a shame for Team Liquid there, and it was just the grenades. Vox Eminor had so many in hand to play with, and even the fact that they were able to trade a frag initially, they weren't able to get any more entry frags onto the site, and they were shut down by the grenades and held very low, and Vox Eminor holds strong.
Yeah, a really good round from Vox, just all across the board. They played it super well. The only way for Liquid to counter-strat them would have been with a very fast mid-push to capitalize on the 3-man setup on Banana. That's how you counter-strat this.
Are they going for that mid-boost again? I think they are. Yes, they did. Well, all the same, Azza will pick up 2 entry frags. And it is a kind of forced by him. You see pistols and armor as Adren responds onto Azza there, but that's 2 quick kills for JKS, leaving Fugly the last one left alive in T-Spawn. And I do like that boost in mid, actually, and they seem to be utilizing it well. And they're using it at the right times, I think, because obviously we know what damage Adren can do with an AWP, and if he finds them boosting on top of that smoke, it can be shut down quite quickly, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if they know you're doing it, or if they've seen it, then they can just like throw nades and it gets like too dangerous. But they don't. Liquid haven't really given a response yet, so I'm not sure if they really how aware they are of that boost and the damage it's putting out. But this is it fills me with confidence to see how Vox are just approaching their CT side, even if they have been losing some of the rounds to, let's say, individual skill. I feel like the way that they're setting up, the kind of methodology going in, how they're reading the situation and repositioning the CTs, how they're using grenades, this is all good, like really good Inferno play, like really good standard Inferno play. So it does fill me with confidence on the side of Vox. Liquid, on the other hand, need to find a way to actually break through that, and of course that's going to require some really good tactical plays to take over middle and Banana, which is so far been going to Vox quite easily.
Sponge knocked down very low, though. I think that was, oh no, sorry, it was Yam who was knocked low down to 34 points of health. I apologise, but also as well, JKS, we're only 21 rounds in and he's dropped 27 frags, so that's definitely an impressive performance from him. But once again, we see Fugly trying to see what control he can get in over towards the apps area. Havoc playing it passively now. They've boosted on top of each other over towards short, so they just like standing on each other's heads, eh? Yeah,
it's going to be the... oh, I didn't go up onto the quad roof. Okay, so Sponge there just by quad, and he's behind the smoke, so he's spraying through the exit of Boiler, and in fact they are picking up a good amount of kills on Vox. Liquid though, get the trades. Great stuff there from Elige, evening up the situation there for his team, and just 1 player on Banana now for Vox as they've rotated Yam with the AWP towards Library to help out towards A. Vox don't know what's going on. This is really good for Liquid. They've managed, with good nades, to take over middle, get a 3-on-3 situation, and they are ready to take that bomb site.
Yeah, Yam's in a tricky spot here, and he's going to find players come out through Arch, and he pulls out the wrong gun at the wrong time as Elige will drop him. That's the triple for that man, and we can see now they're making that decision. Are they going to go over towards CT spawn? No, they will wrap in towards that A bomb site. Sponge is a crucial player. He will find one. That's the headshot onto Elige, so no more kills for him. But the bomb will go down, and we leave ourselves in a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, such an important move there from Sponge. He makes it a 2-on-2 indeed, but it's JKS coming in with the spray down against both players.
Gosh.
Great stuff there from JKS. Saves the round, and Vox, somehow they find a way, these guys. These Aussies, they find a way.
They were just completely caught out by him, and by the time they turned around and realised what was happening to them, it was too late. JKS does not choke those rounds. 29 frags for him.
Jesus.
That's a great performance against Team Liquid, and we've got that instant replay for you guys to see as well. Just look at that. Easy spray down, no nerves whatsoever from him, and 12-9 is the score. Team Liquid will buy here, But that was a shame for them. Elise, he couldn't do any more. He picked up a 3K to
he did really
bring
well.
them back into the round. But, well, there you go. That's CS.
And you have to remember as well, Vox traded super efficiently until Elise in middle. So, well, in this round, we're going to see Yam just going for those just straight up mid peaks. No grenade assistance, just looking for those angels. He actually survives and doesn't pick up any kills. So, Liquid gaining a little bit of grounds and forcing him back. But it's a very simple setup here from Vox. The super classic Inferno setup. They are floating Azza back through Speedway towards Arch side. And this could be risky here because JKS has not pushed down Banana all that much. So if they decided to hit Banana hard, the information is going to come too late for Vox to rotate efficiently.
Well, we can now see 4 players over towards A. And it looks like that's where the entrance will be made from the T side. Spray down comes from Sponge, but he's not got enough ammunition in his clip to take any more down as Liquid respond with 2 quick kills there. Molotov coming out to try and slow things down once again. Yam is fully flashed, but we'll still look over towards that short area. But, well, look at where the bomb's going.
This is a good move here by Liquid indeed, just retaking Banana. They don't have a huge quantity of time, 30 seconds left, and JKS very aware of that. This guy has been beasting at the moment for Vox. If he's able to actually somehow bring this back to a position where they can win.
That's a bad smoke.
Oh my goodness. No gaps in your smokes, please. We're going to have JKS picking up a very crucial kill. 2 on 3 now for them, but he could get backstabbed very soon.
He does pick up another kill onto Adren. There's only 6 seconds left on the clock, and I think he actually took down the player planting the bomb. So he's going to rotate his way round, and there's no time left on the clock. Flow6 not even realised it, and the CTs pick up another round.
Chewy, what just happened?
I'm literally dumbfounded.
I don't even know, like, because even I think he was just too scared. Like, he could have actually made the plant if he realizes I just have to plant now and just try. Because JKS, I think he's too scared of JKS there. But even if he killed JKS, he still won't have time to win the round afterwards. So he's in the spot where you just have to go for a plant. Just pray to God that JKS is not going to be there and he takes a longer route. But that's an awkward spot.
And what happened with that smoke grenade that had such a massive gap that allowed him to get that frag as 3 of them entered the bomb site?
Yeah, that was another huge blunder there. You've got to imagine Vox are feeling pretty good about this right now because Liquid not getting the bomb down. Their economy is in tatters. They don't have much to play with. And Vox themselves, they are doing pretty decently on the money now. So in the later stages of this match, that means we're coming to a close now on round 23 of map number 1. Vox are looking strong to take it.
Well, we've got a lot of Banana presence coming in from Team Liquid. Let's see if they can make it back for their errors earlier on entering this B-bomb site and see what damage they can do here. Yam picked up the initial entry frag onto Elige, which is a big kill, but he's left on only 1 point of health, so he's got to be very careful indeed. And the smoke grenades come down to try and stop Team Liquid pushing through. But they're not making any moves yet, and they are so close to each other.
1 HP on Yam as well.
Yeah.
That's absolutely gutting here for Liquid, but look at the patience. They are trying to make Vox think that they're going for a double back, but it's not happening. In they come, Adren with a great entry there onto JKS. What else can they find on the push into this bomb site? Adren with another one, leading by example, but in over the top, Yam from Coils doing excellent work, and that's going to slow them down just enough for the rotation of Sponge and Havoc. 9
seconds left on the clock when that bomb went down. So once again, Team Liquid making it very, very late indeed. And the flash grenade is going to come out. Actually, he gets killed by a Molotov grenade there, and Sponge takes the 2nd kill onto Adren, who jumps in the air. Doesn't jump in the air for joy, though, as the defuse will easily come in, and that looked like a great retake from Vox Eminor.
He jumps in the air, his body goes limp, and the life drains from his eyes.
What can you do, hey?
14-9, Vox look really good. And the thing is that there are so many rounds where it feels like just everything's going the way of Vox. JKS is on 32 kills. We're going to get a pause from Nitro. I hope that that's a tactical pause there because I guess that's going to be in the next freeze time. So we're going to have a bit of a late pause then. So we're going to have also the push in apartments there just briefly from Vox as they go back to the full positions. So Vox trying to get a little bit cute now. We haven't actually seen a lot of deep apartments presence from them, so mixing it up a little bit.
But it's worked for them, even though they haven't had much presence over towards there. It doesn't seem to have phased them too much, and it'll be interesting to see if Liquid now try and utilize that in their favor. But JKS has found out so much information here that he's pushed so far down Banana, and he's also been backed up by, I believe that's Azza as well, who's now rotating back over towards CT, but the grenades are raining in. Yam finds 2 players over towards there, and rightly so backs away before taking a single point of health. Havoc peeking through mid. This is quite aggressive, but JKS starts things off against Nitro here, and 50 seconds left on the clock. I think JKS may have actually spotted that bomb. Yeah, he must have.
That was an incredibly brave peek from Havoc after it's 2 players. The intel, that, okay, 2 players in apartments. Looks like they're going to take mid. And now it's like, oh, okay, let's go, boys. I'm going to peek mid by myself. But Adren's looking for the entry now, and this is a must here for Liquid. Looking for that shot, but Yam is getting up close and personal over at Boiler, and he's going to take down Flowstick, and they are going to get aggressive. They are pushing in with the grenades. They are just decimating the lineup of Liquid. They cannot even get their own push going. Instead, Vox are going to be the ones pushing them back, but in comes Elige. He's getting lower and lower, though. In with the pursuit, and it's not going to happen. Vox now on map point.
Yam with the hat-trick in round number 24 to, as you said, put Vox Eminor on map point here. This is to secure at least 1 point, and as I pointed out earlier,